What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at my 2025 performance. We will benchmark it against the S&P 500. We'll look at some of my wins, some of my losses, and what I'm holding in 2026 now. We'll also look at Uganda. That played a big part of my financial picture in 2025. Uh, Definitely could not go as hard as I could in the past for investing. A lot of money went to this special event, which we'll get into in a moment. But let's go ahead and look at my performance so far. 2023, I had a return of about 3.55%, while the S&P 500 returned 24.23%. 2024 was amazing, had a return of 37.26% versus the S&P's 23.21% return. And then 2025, drum roll, my performance for 2025 was an astounding 1.7%. That is why I always tell people to just do the S&P 500. It's very emotionless. There are top 500 companies to get into. Investing on your own in one single stock can be extremely volatile, as we are seeing with what I'm doing. I'm typically holding positions. I have 4 positions now that we'll get into, but they're very heavily weighted. So when they go down or their sector goes down, it impacts my portfolio and my performance greatly. Looking at our wins for 2025, we have to start off with Coinbase, with crypto booming. Definitely took some gains there. Gush has been a long-term holding. I did a review for Gush, I think early 2025. Showed a lot of potential. Took some gains there, but I've been holding a core position and I continue to add to Gush regularly. I believe I added to them as early as or as late as this year, 2026. It is breaking out right now. Actually, we've hit and closed at a month's high since I believe since last year. So that is pretty amazing. I think we're going to see some heavy momentum to $29 for Gush here in the next month or so. And then the next one, GPN, that was nothing crazy in my opinion. Grocery Outlet was a pretty fun time if you recall me doing a video. I felt captivated to get into the stock. It shot up to 18. Had to take some profits. Microsoft, nothing too spectacular there. Microsoft is a core component in the S&P 500. Very solid company. Someone once told me when I was 18 to just invest in Microsoft every year. If I would have, it would have returned gains beyond what the S&P 500 has been producing. NerdWallet, that's been a fantastic swing multiple times. I did sell out of that. They are coming to a critical area of support. So I'm watching that highly because I love just getting in there between $7 and $10 a share, holding it. I'm just waiting for when it breaks 15 and above and stays with the momentum. So I'll probably get into that one again later this year. Tesla, I don't want to bet against Elon Musk. I'm always trying to add a little bit of Tesla when I can. And then UWMC, had a big bag on that one. My average was around $6. The stock went all the way as low as 4s, bounced back, rebounded, it got to the 630s, and I had to take a little profit as I could just to stop sweating that. So those are my wins. I do just want to remind you that if you're not aware, I put $25 into my Robinhood account, and I just typically add to my current positions, which we'll get to in a minute. But first, we have to look at the losses. The first one being C1. That was a bummer because I did get into that. It tanked and then reversed well beyond my expectations. So I was impatient on that one. EEFT, that is actually Euronet. That stock is going to be hitting a low point here pretty soon. I think the stock's going to get to the 70s or the 40s. I can't recall off the top of my head. I think it's the 40s, and then I think the stock is just a no-brain buy there. So I'm watching that one pretty closely. Humasite, that one was an oversight on my part. hate biotechs, but they're a microcap biotech company that actually has a product that is very successful. It is being purchased. They are getting profits from it. So just very bad timing with that one. Wanted to cut my losses to spread it around. Play Studios held on to that one for a very long time. If you did not know, I cut my position there last year, first quarter of last year, took the funds that I had in my other portfolio, used the funds to put a down payment on this house that I'm in now. Took a major loss on my Robinhood Challenge account. That was kind of annoying, but yeah, they're just not growing. I think they have something amazing. They're just not doing the best that I think they can. And then the last one, Urban Outfitters. I was very impatient with this one. That Urban Outfitters was my gift to everybody. The end of 2024 going into 2025. Stock was around 30, 40, and I think it's around 70 now. Again, just impatience with that one. So if you bought that one, congrats, and you held it. Good for you. What I can take away from my losses: stay away from biotechs. Companies stop growing. Don't fall in love with them. Continue to move on. And then also look at all of the time frames: C1, Euronet, EFT, and Urban Outfitters. Look at the time frames, look at the momentum, look at it a little bit more closely before deciding to purchase. All right, now the fun part: my holdings within my Robinhood Challenge account is a Rivian. I've been holding on to this one for a long time. My average is around 12. I do love to add to this one when it gets down to the 14, 15 level. We are there now, so I'll probably be buying some on Monday, which when this video comes out, that will be today. Next is Tesla. I think my last purchase in my challenge account was Tesla, right at around 430s. That's just something I want to continue to accumulate. If I could get as many shares as possible at a decent price while I can, I'd like to do that. Gush, again, I have a lot of conviction in this one. I reviewed this back in 2025. My trajectories did not hit, but the overall conviction stays there. So I'm up now. I'm in position about 5%. I think we're gonna get 29 this month. We'll see what happens, but momentum is on our side if you're long. And then one of my favorites, Carrot Packaging. Excuse me. They are looking to add a $100 million new channel into their mix. They talk a big game. Also, just as an update, I looked at their institutional hedge fund ownership. If you go to Fintel, Fintel.io, search for Carrot Packaging, look at institutional ownership, it is up nicely compared to the last few quarters, I think probably since early last year. So I'm very excited for this one. I'm kind of secretly hoping it gets down into the teens so I can add more to my Roth IRA. But yeah, kind of in this holding pattern right now. I want to see a drop from the bottom to buy more, but at this price, I just kind of want to wait. If it goes up, I'm not going to be upset. I have a pretty good exposure to them. Looking at my Roth IRA, again, Carrot Packaging is my number one holding there. Vale, they are doing extremely well. I think I'm at 30%. Decided to get into this one. Their technicals on the monthly, a golden cross has just been activated. There's just so much momentum behind this one. I should probably take some profits from this and then hold on to it, roll it. But it's going very nicely. Offers a nice dividend as well. And then also adding VU, just drip adding and nothing crazy. Just to have some stability in my portfolio. Carrot Packaging was down, I think, 12% last year, so it was kind of, or 24%, sorry, so it was a little bit of a bummer for the IRA portfolio, but I have high conviction for Carrot, and then they are just killing it, so very excited. I do have a new portfolio, which I just continuously add VU on a weekly basis. My goal with that is to just keep doing that as long as I can. I want to accumulate 30 shares in 2025, 2026. We'll see what happens. 30 shares before it gets to $700 per share. And then crypto, been holding on to these for a long time. I have the SHIB, which is my biggest holding, Ondo, my second biggest. And then Bitcoin, I have been dollar cost averaging. So that has been pretty fun. And then I want to show you guys this trip here. I'm just gonna have it muted for a minute. Uganda, went there for my fiance. We had an introduction ceremony. So if you're from Uganda, you bring your partner, introduce them to your family. You get the parents' blessing or the older brother, older sister's blessing, the aunt, uncle's blessing to take their hand in marriage. So did that. Uganda was absolutely incredible. Highly, highly recommend. We stayed at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Kampala. Oh my God, it was beautiful. I do not recommend trying to navigate during heavy traffic times there, but the food was outstanding. The ceremony, as you guys can see, you guys can't see. What am I doing? I am so sorry. You guys can't see, but yeah, it was amazing. And then we went to Jinja, which it's kind of, I think it was where the source of the Nile was. We stayed on the Nile River one night with her family. That was amazing. We floated the Nile. Absolutely incredible. And then we went to the equator. It was just an overall an amazing experience. Uganda was very lush. The food, again, I can't say it enough, was amazing. The fruit and the juices were just outstanding. The weather was great. The people are amazing. And yeah, we got some amazing footage of the ceremony. I danced my butt off, as you can see. We had a ton of people in attendance. I'll post this video on my Instagram if you want to go see the whole video. It's so cool. And I'll have to put the engagement video there as well because it's sight to watch. Anyway, there's about a minute left. We can let it go. I love the way that you do everywhere you go, 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 go. Oh, baby, nakupenda penda sana, baby, yo. Kagabako, baby. Ziwamala mumbe wako masitima. Unabitayi mutugaba netungo. Mulimine biti musome funda demuzibu mukumenya metima oli mulungi ne malayika ozikira too much data like a GB so put me there on your CV. Why you wanna move so fast? Why you love your body? Why you like a movie? So you wanna put your body like a movie. Too heavy when you so you put me on your. I love the way that you do. Yeah, so it was amazing. And there is no next. That was the last slide. Thank you guys for sticking around. Excited to be back. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.